Ali, just a quick reflection on the weekend. You weren't a million miles off beating the tabletop in Saracens. It's one decision, and you're looking at a different result.
Yeah, look, it's tough margins. Those top games always are, So, but looking at the overall game, really pleased with the way we started. We applied a lot of pressure. We've got to be a little bit more clinical in what we do, but and then also really the fight back to when we were 9 points down, into a wind. On a wet day, it's tough to get back in that game against Saracens, but we looked like we had good momentum, with our carrying game towards the end of the game, which suggests we're in good nick. We finished the first half well as well, so they were in pleasing areas for us within the game. And as I say, we wouldn't have had to play any better or worse, and we could easily have won that game. Well, we should have closed out that game. And again, there's a couple of learns in there for younger players and new guys coming in, a little bit of experience, just to see it off. So look, overall, when we look at the performance, the guys put a lot of effort, and attitude was right up there. So that's all we can ask of a bunch of players. Yes, we'll learn from it and we'll grow from it, but pleased with where we're at.
Leads you nicely into Friday night up at Gloucester, and the occasion always, Friday night at Kingsholm, is one that you look forward to as a player, as a coach, as a supporter.
Yeah, look, great place to be. It's a traditional rugby club. They're the ones you look for on the fixture list, and I say it's nice on a Friday night. Should be a good spectacle. Two very good sides. They're a top side, only lost once in the league this year. They've been involved in tight finishes as we have, so. Proves they've got a good attitude about them. They've got a clear way of playing. What we've got to do is make sure we bring our style to the game, but also we show good qualities in denting their threats and stopping their game.
A different kind of week for you, because obviously the international boys are away. You'll have some away with England for the whole week, and you have other boys that come back into the mix potentially for selection. How tough is that, or does it work better for you in some respects?
Well, you'd like them all here the whole week in an ideal world, but look, it is what it is, and sometimes it's quite a good change up. The dynamics within the squad training is different. Yesterday's performance on the training field was fantastic, so it gave us a real good start to the week. It allows sometimes other people to speak as well, not having those. They tend to be the bigger characters away on international duty. So it was really pleasing day for us. And I say, there's a week, it just brings it a freshness to it. So we're excited just to see where a lot of these guys are at. Some guys haven't played because they've been injured for the first part of the season, and others are coming into the mix, and young players coming through as well. So look, we're going to see, get to see where we're all at as a squad, but also it's nice as well, a few of them dropping in and adding that quality as well at the same time.
What sort of threat are Gloucester going to provide you?
First and foremost, their maul has always been a threat for the last 3 or 4 years. The absolute quality that they've brought there, and then that provides them a platform to score tries and create space. So. We know that's a key factor. They're jackal threat. They try and get over the ball as much as possible in that midfield, get the penalties, then go to the corner. So we've got to be right at our game to make sure we stop that. If we can stop those opportunities, there's also opportunities for us and to create and score tries. We've got to be going up there with an ambitious attitude to score points, and also obviously you want to dent them, stop them from playing and getting a foothold into the game. But ultimately, you want to put your game on them, and that's what we'll be aiming to do.
They say form is temporary, class is permanent. In Henry's case, we always knew he would probably get back in the international fold. But you've just said to the media that it was a nice little kick for him, perhaps, to get his game back into shape. And we saw that at the weekend, and he's duly been rewarded with a recall back into the squad.
Yeah, look, sometimes you need a refresh and Slade's been at the top of the game, involved in the international scene for probably 9 years now, 8-9 years. So, he sometimes he needs to. He's had a tough injury over the summer, and sometimes it's not a bad thing to just we all have had knocks in our careers, and a lot of people have, no one goes through their whole career sort of with a smooth curve, if you like. You always get your knocks, you always get dropped and left out of squads, or you get injuries and things like that. So it's really the best players are the best ones at dealing with that, because they kick on. And that's what he is. He's one of the best players out there. So he'll have benefited from it. He'll have knocked him in. He'll have put a bit more into his performance at the weekend, and hopefully in training, I've said, look, make sure you go up there as a newcomer and tear into it a little bit. With a bit of freshness about yourself, and that's all Eddie will be looking for. And if he gets that, I'm sure he'll see the quality coming through from Slade.